everyone. So to introduce ourselves, I will go first. My name is Katie McGinnis. I am the Senior Product Manager over the HR product suite here at Greenshades. I've been here since 2019, so coming on 5 years, and then I have a background in staffing, human resources, and product development.
And I am Jerica Holton. I'm a product marketing manager here at Greenshades. Been here since 2022. I'm a Greenshades product expert, and I have a background in training and different HCM softwares, technology sales, and retail management. So I know you guys are familiar with Greenshades and probably familiar with our HR suite. But just to let you guys know, we also have payroll, benefits management, tax and compliance, and time management. So aside from just HR, we are a full suite of products that all work well together and allow information to flow from software to software. So if you're ever interested in extending your offering, we also have a lot more to offer outside of our enhanced onboarding experience. So just to talk a little bit about onboarding, it is a great tool, believe it or not, for employee retention. And we know in HR, every department is looking for a way to retain employees. And here at Greenshades, we realize the importance of this tool. So we have invested time and resources in enhancing the tool. But I do want to talk about a few features that our product already has that can also be great for retaining the workforce. So I want to start off by talking about the customizing onboarding flow. So right now you have the ability to set up the steps required or optional steps for employees to complete during their onboarding. This helps keep the process concise for new hires. New hires want a process that is flexible so they can do it from any device, only complete the necessary steps, only collect the necessary documentation so they're not doing any unnecessary steps. And then when it comes to retainment, employees want that first experience to get a feel for your company. So maybe you want to add in your company colors, logos, videos, maybe your company values. Who knows, maybe some fun company events that you guys have done, maybe some pictures, get to know your new hires. So they have that welcoming experience when they're coming in. So it's not just paperwork, it's, hey, I'm being introduced to this company as the company's personality. What is this company's values? What am I coming into for my first day? Next, managing important documentation. So for legal reasons, of course, you have to collect W-4 information, I-9 information. And I think back to my time in retail management, needing to collect this information, collect driver's license or maybe social security cards to verify employees' identities. And if I had any trouble uploading these, they would have to go all the way home, come back. Sometimes maybe they didn't come back because it can be a little cumbersome to have to go back and forth. So coming in for that first day, they're like, okay, so this isn't going good so far. Maybe they changed their mind in that little critical period. So making it easy for new hires. They want to come in, they want to make sure the process is seamless. They don't want to have to reach out to the HR department. They want to be able to get through it on their own. So being able to gather that critical documentation and then to distribute supporting material. So I know we probably all either heard this saying or maybe even said it ourselves. This is not in my job. This is not in my job description. I don't remember this being part of what I was required to do for this position. So distributing supporting material. So whether this is role-specific documentation, things that outlines what's expected for them in the role, any requirements such as certifications or documentation or anything that they would need, employee handbooks, every type of material that you can think of to give employees a full picture of what they're coming into. So once they come into the organization, they're not shocked or thrown off by some of the requirements. They are well aware of what they're signing up for. When they come into the position, they're happy and ready to get started, and they're not thrown off guard by anything. Anything else you'd like to add to this one, Katie?
I think the only thing I want to add is one thing that Greenshades does pretty well, if I do say so myself, is that understanding the W-4 and the I-9, those forms get updated every few years, every year. And one thing, that shouldn't be on you guys is understanding which form the employee is supposed to complete. Is this the right form? Is this out of date? We will update those for you. So using the Greenshades product, you'll know that the form that the employee is completing, whether it's the federal W-4, the I-9, one of the state forms, will be the most up-to-date version of that document. So we take kind of that compliance piece off of you guys.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Katie. And I am actually going to pass it over to you to discuss some of the new features we have to enhance the onboarding experience.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jerica. So we're super excited about our new onboarding. We have definitely listened to our clients throughout the years. This product's been around for a good amount of time, and was a great product, but definitely had some room for improvement. So wanted to solve some of these issues along with making it more user-friendly and most importantly, mobile-friendly. As we know, a lot of your workforce might not necessarily have a computer. There may just be one computer in the office. They want to do it on their phone. They want to do it on the go, whatever it may be. Just that flexibility to do it from either a tablet or a mobile device is pretty critical when it comes to onboarding documentation. So as it says, same great onboarding, but we did do a few enhancements that I'll kind of go through here in a live demo in a second. So here is the new onboarding as the employee's going to see it. So there's still two different options for your either newly hired employees or rehired employees to enter onboarding. If they're a rehired employee and they have a Greenshades account already, you can always assign them the workflow, and then upon the next login, they'll get their onboarding to kind of review any documentation or any of their information and make sure their address is up to date, stuff like that. But if this is a newly hired employee, you're going to continue to use that link. And this is the page that it's going to redirect to. So you're going to see your company name, you're going to see you're on the team now, and that's kind of the biggest differentiator between this and our new login pages, to know that the employee is going to the right place. If they do not have an account, if they've never been in Greenshades before, they're brand new to your organization, this is the page that they are going to see. So we've removed kind of the necessity, to have an email and password. Obviously, passwords becoming more of a liability. So we're moving to more of an OTP situation to get login, just to make sure it's a little bit more secure. So we've removed that necessity in onboarding. So the first thing that they're going to do is enter 4 points of information that we call, their identity. This is who they are. This is the differentiating factor to make sure that they are who they say they are. So if I'm going to be entering an employee that has already partially completed onboarding, obviously if they are a brand new employee, they'll enter this for the first time. But the exciting thing is that if there ever was a reason that your employee could not complete onboarding in one sitting, or if they needed to log out and pick up their kids, go grab their checkbook, whatever it needed to be, they can always come back to this page, that URL that you sent them, and enter their 4 points of information and pick up where they left off. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. Go. All right. Here shortly. All right. As you can see, it tells me that welcome back to finish completing my information. I'm just going to exit out of this. We'll go back to the first step. So as I said, I've already kind of entered everything previously. All of the information that you're going to see is incredibly configurable. So you have the ability to set whether gender is required, ethnic origins required, you even want to show marital status or have them enter marital status. So you're going to see just the workflow that I've created for purposes of this demo. Also, all the information that I will be showing is completely fake information. None of this is real. But all of this is very configurable. So if you're seeing something on my screen that you don't have in your onboarding or is a little bit different, it's probably because I have mine configured just a little bit differently than yours. So enter the information. We do assess the address information against USPS records to make sure that it is an accurate address, or get the most accurate address we can, especially if you need it to ship or send out W-2s at the end of the year or something like that. Select work location, phone number. I'm going to click continue. Move on to notification settings. So we removed the verbiage of company email. We understand that kind of in modern day, a lot of people don't issue company emails necessarily. So we wanted to give the option, the flexibility for the employee to enter their personal email here. If they do have a company email, they can enter that as their primary email address, and then they have the option for a notification email or secondary email. They can always enter this as their personal email, and this is where notifications for pay stubs being ready or documents requiring their review, their onboarding is approved, things like that will go to that secondary email if they have one listed that is different from their primary. Moving forward, again, my workspaces or my onboarding is set up to allow for direct deposit or paper check. You could have yours set up to just be paper check or just be direct deposit. But this page is a little different than our previous. We wanted to make sure that it was very user-friendly. I always struggle with which number on my check is the routing number versus the account number. So wanted to have that available at all times for the employees, so they, if they are reading off of their check, because most people don't have these numbers memorized, they could easily be like, okay, this is my routing number, this is my account number, I know exactly what to add. And all of this is very configurable for the employee as well. So if they, want a certain amount to go into their checking account versus go into their savings account, they can easily set that up. They could do that in the past. They can still do that in Green Employee, but I just wanted to note that all of that is still very much applicable. Authorize and move forward. And here's where I left off. So these are all of my forms based on kind of my work location, based on what the system sees that I'm supposed to need. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my W-4 form. A really cool thing that we've done is we've made all of our forms mobile friendly. Previously, filling some of this stuff out was a little challenging. So we've made it mobile friendly. We've made it, easily completable on a mobile device. So it pre-fills the information that we have, and then just have to select the information that I need to. And the employee, one thing we did do, made exempt much clearer, and then we also made this checkbox clear. I know that was pretty confusing for some people. It wasn't necessarily the most user-friendly experience. We definitely wanted to solve some of those things. So I got my federal form done. I can fill out my state form. On a mobile device, this will resize and act similar to like a DocuSign experience. Enter some information. Excuse me. Submit my form. We want it to just be very easy for the employee to know what their progress looks like. As you can see, we have the progress bar on the left-hand side. We also, as each document is being completed, they get the check mark, so they know exactly how many documents to do. They know exactly roughly how much time it'll probably take them. And as I said, they can always sign out, sign back in, and pick up where they left off. Similar for our I-9 here, all mobile friendly.
Katie, I love that it looks like such an intuitive workflow. Like you really have to reach out too much for any questions.
Definitely. We wanted to make it, as easy breezy as possible. I know a lot of this stuff is not everyone's forte. Not everyone, is super knows about the W-4 or I-9. And so wanted to make it as easy as possible, take some of maybe like the user unfriendliness out of it, because these are already very complex things for a lot of people.
Yes.
So still have a lot of the abilities that you had in the old onboarding, like selecting whether you wanted an electronic version of the W-2. And then in this instance, I have my setting turned on when uploading direct deposit information that I need to upload a check. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Whoops. Upload that and submit. And there we go. I have all my information filled out. They must complete all the steps before they click finish, to make sure that everything has been collected that you guys want collected before they can say that they are done. So I'm going to go ahead and click complete. And there we go. I am very well aware that I am completed with my onboarding. Close my window. And then I get an email as an employee that lets me know that my onboarding is complete, and then I can log in using the Greenshades or greenemployee.com login, or the URL that you guys have provided. And then as an administrator, you guys will get an email as well that says that the onboarding can then be approved.
Thank you again for being here. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you, everyone.